Hey Virgos, we are here for Virgo Focus. So this is going to be focused on you, advice that you need, what you need to know for. So it's just all about focusing on you rather than your person's feelings. If you guys would like to gain access to my extended readings, just hit join and then sign up for Virgo Bombshell membership, and that'll give you access to approximately 25 extended Virgo readings every month. And if you'd like to sign up for a chance to get a free reading with me, hit like and subscribe and comment down below. I am loved. So, universe, what advice do you have for my Virgos specifically? What is coming towards them? Oh, what did I just see? What is coming towards Virgos in love? And what I just saw underneath is I saw the Strength card. There's someone who's going to be coming back. There's someone who's going to be returning to you to seek out a relationship. And you're going to be facing a decision, whether to cooperate with this person or whether to block them, whether or not to allow this person to really smooth things over with you, and to what degree you want to smooth things over with this person. I feel like there is potentially some kind of a message here about the motives of this person and whether or not this person really wants to love you or just stop you from letting them go. You know, if this person is really coming back into your life to fully commit and love you, or if this is somebody who just wants to stop you from moving on with someone else, to bide themselves some more time to keep acting like a moron. Because sometimes people will behave that way. Yeah, this is somebody who they're coming towards you. They are worried, and this is what's causing them to take action. But what are their what advice do you have for Virgo about this person? So this person wants to heal things with you. I feel like this is saying, above all else, be at peace. Know that you are guided and protected, and you will make the right decision, is what I'm sensing here. You have a guardian angel watching over you in regards to someone being a trickster. So essentially, what I'm sensing here is that someone is going to come in and offer you a cup, and you're going to be questioning, can I trust this person? With the Six of Pentacles, if they try to offer you something and make things right with you, I don't think there's any problem receiving that, whatever it might be. But whether or not you're going to let them back into your heart and actually trust them is the question here. Because there's confusion. There's confusion about this person's motives, is what I'm seeing. And it could be that you're feeling so drained from all the constant cycling, the draining cycles that have been going on between you and this person, and maybe even just in general in your life, that you feel kind of worried about your own ability to discern. You know, it's like you're not sure if you can really see straight, I guess. And with the Magician here to the Death card, again, this feels like somebody who could just be, you're worried that this person just wants to stop. They want to manipulate you and keep you on the edge of this being over, because they know that it really is over, and that if you move on, you're going to get victory. You're going to be able to actually transform and have something new. And for players, for example, they get off on just being able to come back in and make you care about them, and think that they're going to take you back and then just escape again, you know, and just ghost you again. Yeah, exactly. That someone might be coming in to just lie for a new start, but that they could be lying. This is your concern here, and that you are worried about, and that I think also too, you're worried about a potential reunion with this person. But yeah, with the Queen of Wands underneath here, you are worried about whether or not this person has somebody else, or they're still into someone from their past. So universe, what can you tell us about this? Does this person that potentially returning in Virgo's life have a third party? And what are their true motives? So, fighting for what you love, claiming what's yours, love is a battlefield. Again, this feels like an energy of somebody who, this feels like an energy of somebody coming back in, but their motives are not, it's not sure. I'm not sure if their motives are that they want to actually be with you, or if they're just going to come in and make big promises, because they know that that's what you would want, and then bail, and just kind of, and then not fulfill them, but just because it's like this could be somebody who's just running away from feelings of rejection. You know what I mean? Like they want to make sure that you don't move on and really let them go, and because then they would feel rejected. Um, this could be somebody coming into play with the concept of a pregnancy test. So they could be coming in to manipulate you, because we have another expecting and new beginning on the bottom. This could be somebody using the concept of potential pregnancy to manipulate you, something along those lines, or maybe making you promises that they want a new beginning, that they want to have a baby with you, but maybe they don't mean it. So don't want to hear it in the reverse. Yeah, I feel like what this person could potentially be motivated by is simply a desire to avoid having to face the rejection of you fully moving on from them and no longer caring. Because it's just, as we've talked about in the past here on this channel, the nature of player energy is the supply that narcissists get is comes from you sitting alone and desiring them. When we think about people, or we want them or desire them, we are sending them energy that they are receiving, and that gives them support in their lives and that they can feel. And so even just you sitting alone brooding over this person feeds them. And so they don't want you to get over them. It's not certain whether or not this person has those motives, but this could be this is a general reading. So you need to use your own intuition. And I do offer individual readings, and the link is down below. But essentially, yeah, this is somebody who, it's like they don't want to have to face the potential of being genuinely rejected. Also, this is not. This feels too like with the Queen of Wands here and the Three of Cups. This could be somebody who potentially tries to keep you a secret. Like they come in and they make you all these grand promises, but in reality, they're just doing that so that you'll hang on, and then they still have somebody. And they still have somebody else. Ew. I hope that's not true. All right, universe, what else can you tell me? Tell my Virgos. What advice do you have for my Virgos in love? Game over. Game over. So I feel that for some of you, this needs to be over. For some of you, if there is a scenario like that, definitely it needs to be over. And that's for, again, this is for who it resonates for. It can be different for some of you, but there are some of you who need to look it straight in the eye and be like, this is over. This person, it could involve facing feelings of having been dumped or your heart dropped onto the pavement. But for some of you, you already know this. You already know that this person, that it's over with this person. Even though maybe in your heart you feel strong affection for them. I feel like there's someone here, Virgo. There's some Virgos here who have a very forgiving heart and who tend to internalize blame. And because of that, even despite this person's terrible behavior to you in the past, you are just so forgiving, and you rationalize for people a lot, to the point that you've just really allowed this person you've forgiven this person rather than blaming them for what they've done. And this is, so even though logically that this person has done bad things, you still kind of feel like, I hate nothing about you, because this could also be a Virgo who really focuses on keeping a pure heart, that where you're not carrying any bitterness towards people. But a failing of that could be being a little bit too easy on people and giving them too many chances. All right, universe, is there anything else? Recording, um, announcing, expressing, and revealing truth. So this person could be coming towards you about, and they could be telling you about things that they did in the past. This could be a tactic to try and get you to trust them. So it's like this is someone coming in and coming clean, and there's this energy of like they're trying to seem like because knowing they effed up is in the reverse. I feel like this is saying that they're not fully. I feel like the scale upon which you can judge this person's sincerity is whether or not you feel like they're really emotionally taking accountability for what they did in the past. If this person comes in and tries to give you some kind of lip service but doesn't really feel emotionally like they mean it, like you can't sense that real deep sincerity, that's going to be how you're going to tell. Is that if this person comes in and it's just kind of lip servicey, but they seem like they're holding their emotions in and not really willing to get to this place of deep understanding and real reconciliation, it's because they don't really mean it, or they could have a third party, or they're just trying to prove that they're the king player and they can keep you from leaving even after all that they've done. So I think that that's going to be the measuring stick by which you measure the situation. Definitely use your logic. Put things in their little boxes. Make sure that everything adds up. Don't just go. Don't just go by what this person is saying or what you want to be true. Really use your best wisdom with this person. This could have been somebody who had a tendency to be promiscuous in the past, to sleep around, and it was because of their insecurity to avoid. It was to basically it was a way playing people as a way to avoid having to feel your own insecurities. Excuse me, because what happens is that you are leading people on and then dropping them and ghosting them, making them feel rejected, so that their desire towards you builds up their value, or your sorry, so that so that the desire that the person feels towards the player builds the player up, and it allows them. This is something that people can do rather than making amends with people in their lives and balancing out blame and taking accountability for what they've actually done, is that they go to the next person who is brand new in their life. And when we love somebody, we always start out with this attitude of like, I want to think you're the best, even if you don't necessarily have a perfect past or whatever, like, because I love you, you're this really special person. And they get all that free love that isn't earned and isn't deserved. And then and it builds them up out of a place of having to face emotional repercussions for the things that they've done. And then they drop that person and they go on to the next one. It's like it's a constant cycle of using people and never facing the piper. Universe, what else can you tell me? Caution. Yeah, just caution. So it could be something about driving or the roads here. But yeah, this is definitely a situation where you need to use caution, use your best judgment. I really think that there could be a potential like other person here. So this person is coming in to supposedly set the record straight, but they really just could be seeking out, like a sexual thing with you. Because they want to prove that they can stop you from moving on. I'd be very careful about this, Virgos, especially if you have a history of having exes that do this to you. Don't let it happen again. So even if you do decide if you feel in your intuition that this person is like on the up and up and you can trust their motives, I would be careful. I would take a long time before anything ever gets to the bedroom and make sure that this person has absolutely earned your trust before you let them come near you in that way. All right, Virgos, I think that this is your message, and I will speak to you soon.